It's the kind of move that sounds unrealistic until you realize it might be the one thing both teams actually need. Because if this trade happens, it doesn't just shift rosters, it shifts power in the entire conference. And it all centers on Myles Garrett. The Cleveland Browns keep insisting he's not available, but the contract tweak tells a different story. You don't make a superstar easier to move unless you're at least preparing for the possibility. And right now, the possibility is getting louder because the Chicago Bears are in a position most teams envy and one that demands urgency. They're close, closer than they've been in years. After Caleb Williams stabilized the offense and started to look like a real franchise quarterback, Chicago's weakness became obvious. Not offense, not coaching, defense. More specifically, lack of a second game wrecker. They already have one in Montez Sweat. But in today's NFL, one star isn't enough, especially not in a division turning into a full-blown arms race. That's where the pressure builds, because the Bears can see the window opening, rookie quarterback contract, cap flexibility, momentum. But windows close fast. So the question becomes simple and dangerous. Do you go all in now? Here's the turning point. Chicago isn't just interested in Garrett. They can actually outbid almost anyone. Multiple high picks, immediate value, future assets, even a player like Dayo Odeyingbo to sweeten the deal. This isn't a hopeful offer. This is a force Cleveland to listen package. And if that offer hits the table, everything changes. Because now the Browns have to face a reality they've been avoiding. They're not close. Not really. Trading Garrett would hurt. It would shake the identity of the entire team. But it would also give them something they don't currently have, control over their future. Multiple first-round picks. Flexibility, a reset with direction. That's the conflict. Hold on to greatness or trade it for a chance to rebuild properly. Meanwhile, for Garrett, this is about something bigger. Legacy. He's dominated games, taken over Sundays, built a Hall of Fame resume. But the one thing missing, a real Super Bowl run. And Chicago could give him that immediately. Pair him with Sweat, and suddenly offensive lines can't double everyone. Quarterbacks don't have escape lanes. Games start tilting before halftime. That's how elite defenses are built, not with one star, but with pressure coming from everywhere. That's what the Bears are chasing. Not just improvement, dominance. But the risk is just as real, because if Chicago empties its draft capital and the run doesn't materialize, the future gets thin, fast, and in a loaded division, there are no guarantees, which means this isn't just a trade idea. It's a franchise-defining decision on both sides. For the Browns, whether to let go. For the Bears, whether to go all in. And for Garrett, it's the difference between continuing to carry a team or finally becoming the piece that pushes one over the top. One offer, one decision, and the balance of power might never look the same again.